Hey, hello, I'm JulieJo. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I am so glad that you're here. If you're not new here, welcome back. I look like this because I'm going to my friend's DJ thing tonight. She's a DJ and she's awesome, and I'm gonna go support her, and I had a little fun with it. I'm also going to the Taylor Swift concert this weekend in New Orleans, so I decided I would try out some stuff for fun. Anywho, that's why I look like this. If you want to see the final product with my outfit, you gotta go follow me on Instagram, okay? Anyway, today we're going to be watching Jay. I'm gonna be very honest. I miss Jay. I've missed him. He is the man who printed out text messages and held them up to the camera and read them. He printed text messages on a piece of paper. I love it so much. So today we're going to watch a video of his from July. It's about the whole Monat thing that went down. If you don't know what went down and you don't know what's going on, or you want a refresher, I have so many videos over it. I will make sure to link them in the description. That's just the easiest way. And I'll try to do it where the top is the oldest and the bottom is the most recent, so that you can just click, 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 click if you want to. Several of them are lives, so they're a little bit longer. So if you want to hang out and watch content and you need some content to watch, that could be perfect for you. So we are reacting to Jay today. Super excited. And I watched a little bit of it, and chef's kiss. I think Jay always kills it. Granted, I'm not the biggest fan of Jay. I don't want you to think I'm a supporter of Jay. However, I am a supporter of MLMers hating on MLMs, and that is something that is near and dear to my heart. Don't forget, if you want to support the channel for free, you can simply hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, please hit the thumbs up button, and feel free to leave your comments below. I love looking through them. Let's get started.
It's the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin, cause we're still sleeping in my head. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about your soft skin, cause we're still sleeping in my head.
This video is called My Thoughts ... And then Tony commented and it says, "We have a huge future to help others." Love that for them. Very exciting for them. Yippee-ki-yay. All right, let's hear what they have to say.
Hey everybody, it's good to see y'all again, and I hope that y'all had a great 4th of July and that you're enjoying the weekend. There's been a lot of things going on over the past few days, and I've had a lot of you reach out to ask me my opinions on things and stuff, so I figured, hey, let's talk about it. Yeah, crazy couple days in the Monat world. And I'll be honest too, I was a little reluctant to talk about it just because, you know, now it's in the rearview mirror, right? It's the past. And I'm loving where we're at right now. But it has weighed on my heart too, because I saw the video and Thursday night, and my gosh, I don't know how you get back. How do you recover from something like that? So my biggest overwhelming feeling right now is,
I think the video he's talking about is when the CEO came on and was wild. And this is an interesting video for Jay, because usually he's I think he's playing a character right now. Usually he's pretty he's really intense and he just gets down to business. He's not afraid to say names and call people out, which I'm a huge fan of watching. So this is him having a calm persona. This is Jay trying to come at it in a very I'm mature and don't normally call people out by their name way, which is not his usual, but it is what it is. Let's hear what he has to say.
Gratitude and thankfulness that I'm not part of that company anymore.
But you are part of one of my actual least favorite MLM now. So it's like, well, you're still the worst. They're part of Amare, which is, they sell Happy Juice. It is a company focused on mental health and not taking meds for your mental health. And of course, they just have supplements. It's nothing. Please don't take that over your medication, and also don't listen to them over a therapist or a psychiatrist, okay?
I can't imagine what it would have been like waking up yesterday to all the questions about what's going on, what was said, what did he mean, all that stuff. And, you know, I do know for one thing that the people that were attacked on that video were leaders in that company, and they're leaders in their new company. They don't need me to defend them, but Isabel Sanchez and Bianca Olsen, they were they were leaders. I mean, there's no question about it. And they were also a couple people that Tony and I were always proud of. They were that new generation that came in a few years after us, and we were always proud of them. They were on stage. They were, very visible in the company. So to come back and say, after you had them at your events and after you did all that, and then all of a sudden they're not leaders, that's kind of gross, right? And it made me think a lot.
You know what else is gross though? I mean, yeah, it is gross. Like, money in general is gross. I feel like I don't need to spend a lot of time on about how fucking repulsive Monat as a company is. I think what's also just yucky McYuckerson is Jay and Tony. Like, if we're talking about grody and yuck and ew, it's Jay and Tony. Because not only was Tony the first consultant in Monat and helped build this horrible culture that they talk about being shit. They built it, by the way. They also went to the worst MLM ever. I'm not going to get over that. They act like they're so much better, and I'm like, you literally went to the worst one. So I don't know what you want me to say.
About what's happened over the past year, because after Stuart McMillan left, the company lost literally its moral compass.
There's literally moral compasses out there. Does anyone have one? Anyone have a moral compass? Like one that you can hold? Like literally? Sorry, I'm being so annoying tonight. Literally a moral compass.
And it hasn't been such a great year without Stuart around. And now here we are a couple months after we were terminated. And now you're seeing all these other people leave, all those directors and all those leaders, true leaders that saw a vision for their future that didn't include Monat. Well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with leaving when you see a better version of your future than the one that you have right now? I mean, isn't that the way the professional world always works? I mean, I was an engineer in Chicago for almost 20 years, and I worked on huge projects.
That is absolutely the way the professional world works, except when y'all are being affected. Because when people left Tony and Jay's downline, when it was like Monat Lifer and they like made this whole, it was over a year ago when they did that. A lot of people left Monat, or significant leaders left Monat, and then people like Tony and Jay were like, they're a Monat Lifer, and they made huge posts about it and got pissed off when they left and gave him shit. And it's like, well, when it's y'all, it's fine. When it's y'all, it's part of the professional business world. But when it's anybody else, and when y'all are affected by it, it's just people aren't loyal.
I've been out of that since 2000, almost 15, and almost 2016, excuse me. And I still get calls from people, hey, remember that project we were working on? Can you give me a letter of reference? That's the way of the world. And I worked on multi-billion-dollar projects. The last project that I was on was a $1.5 billion roadway project. But that's what you do. People go on to the next project that best suits them. Now, I remember when I was with a company and I had a great job, and I went to my next firm. I went to Millhouse Engineering, and I think I was employee number 6 or 7, not positive. And I went there specifically for a project. And that's the way the professional world works. You give someone a pat on the back, you congratulate them for their success, and that's what you do. And when you don't do that, what are you afraid of? What are you ultimately afraid of when you have to disparage these people that were a part of your company and were adding value to it? What does that say about you?
You know exactly what they're afraid of, Jay, because you've been afraid of the same thing. Losing money. Very simply, when you get pissed about people leaving, which you and Tony get pissed about people leaving your downline, especially big leaders, you're pissed simply because you're losing money. That's it.
When you attack them. So they were a leader when you had them on stage, but now they're not because they chose to leave you. That feeds into the bad side of network marketing. That feeds into the bad side that everyone's been talking about.
Yes, we have. But also, there's a good side. If there is, somebody please explain. Haven't seen it yet.
About Monat for the past couple of years. And it's not fair to these people that are leaving to try and make it about how bad they were. We're glad they're gone. That's ego-driven leadership 101. And that's what no one wants to be a part of. And, a few weeks ago, there was those comments going around that people were leaving network marketing companies because they didn't have all the information. Well, there's the information. And again, that information is a fundamental lack of trust.
Still not all the information. If there's an income disclosure statement and you're leaving because of lack of information, I get it. They obviously hide and deceive things. I wrestle with those two feelings of, yes, the MLM does hide things. They're very deceptive, as well as top leaders, while simultaneously annoyed at the fact that there is enough information a lot of times for people who are logical minded and people who haven't suffered from like MLM brainwashing so much. Sorry, I had to pause for a second. Now I forgot what I was saying, other than the income disclosure statement is there. And I struggle with the fact that people can see it and see that it is a shit opportunity and still do it anyway. And they're like, oh, it's a great opportunity. I'm like, but like literally? Sorry, I can't stop saying that now that Jay said it. Yeah, so I'm going to try to stop saying literally, but I don't know if that's going to work for this video. So please, patience.
If you are going to go on a live video playing We Are the Champions for 5 minutes, and then go on a rant for another 45 minutes about how all these people aren't real leaders, what does that say about you? Now,
I know for damn sure that happened too. You know it did. It reminds me of Prove It. I know they opened it up by 5 minutes of We Are the Champions and then proceeded to talk. That is so fucking funny.
I remember something in Sienna Luis's book, Rebel Leadership. Highly recommended, by the way. You should all read it. And he talked about, Tony being one of the first market partners, and how hard they tried getting, ads out to attract more market partners. And he said Tony came from another network marketing company. Tony came from another network marketing company. He said that in his book. So why was it okay for her to come to Monat from another company, but it's not okay for anybody in Monat to go to another company? That logic is just fundamentally, it doesn't make sense.
Amen to that. I agree.
And I'm going to give everybody my worldly best 56 years of advice I got for you. You're going to want to write this down.
Oh, prepare yourself. He's going to give us some wisdom. Wisdom.
If something takes more than 2 sentences to explain, it's a fucked up situation that you shouldn't be involved with.
That is shit advice. Oh, and also it depends on the advice, on the situation. I mean, I get it, but also no.
A relationship. Can you define your relationship with your partner in 2 sentences or less? Life isn't complicated. We make it complicated.
Yeah, we make it complicated. Therefore it is. But also people outside of our control make it complicated too, but it is still complicated. You just said life isn't complicated. We make it complicated. And I get the sentiment, but also it is complicated. This man is making me pause way too often, so I'm gonna let him cook for a bit. Sorry.
We're going through that era of Monat right now where everything is really hard to explain. Did the products change? Yeah, a lot of people think they did. Can you explain all that in 2 sentences or less? No. Can you explain the commission plan in 2 sentences or less? Well, I thought I could back when it was over 50%, and now it's someplace around 45%, but we don't actually really know because they lied about that. And the senior vice president lied to us on a call when he said that it had never been over 50% in like years. Okay, great. What's the direction of the company? Can anybody give me the direction of the company in less than 2 sentences? I don't know. It's just overly complicated, and it didn't need to be that way. So my overriding prevailing thought about what has happened over the past couple days is this sadness. It never had to be that way. And I'm also sad for all these people that are getting the Monat tramp stamp tattoos and whatever else the hell they're doing. And
Monat tramp stamp tats, babe, I need a pic. Can somebody email me a picture? If they do, I will make sure to post it on my community tab.
all the lifers, really? Let's back that.
Wait the fuck up. Y'all are lifers. I swear Tony probably made a lifer post. I couldn't imagine her not doing it like a year ago when all that was going down. So, this is awkward.
Up for a second, because you're not an employee. You're a 1099 distributor. Sealer Weiss mentioned that in his book too, that they decided to come up with the term market partner for distributors. That's all anybody is in a network marketing company, is a distributor.
Amen.
You get a 1099. You're not an employee of the company. If you choose to become a business owner, an LLC or whatever, however you choose to do that is up to you. But you are not an employee of the company. You have a distributorship agreement. That's what the market partner agreement is. It's just a distributor agreement. And they decided that they didn't want us to be a distributor anymore. So there you go. We're not a distributor anymore. But then you get rid of us, and then the next day you attack us in a 2-page email out to all the directors about why your decision is valid and all the things that we did. Oh, why did you have to do that? Why wasn't it just your decision to get rid of us? And that's that, and everybody goes on their merry way.
I think that's fair, but also I think it's also fair for them to explain why they got rid of their top first consultant. I get both sentiments. I get like 2 pages of why. All right, that's too much. But also, I mean, why wouldn't you explain a little bit more, I guess, when it's the first consultant of the company and this is from him, his words, 98% of the company are underneath them. I mean, it's hard to not.
So this whole thing right now about attacking people that are leaving and stuff and things, it's nonsensical. It's just pathologically stupid. And it's creating an era and an aura of mistrust that they're not going to be able to recover from. And that makes me sad too, because there's still a lot of people that I know and love and respect that are in that company. My hope is that seeing the past couple of days through the eyes of the owners of the company, that maybe that gives them a moment to pause and reflect on where the company is going and what their true value is in the eyes of the company. Because let's be honest here, right? Yeah, Tony and I made what, $15 million there? We made them a hell of a lot of money too. There was a mutually beneficial arrangement. And that's all we were, was distributors. So as we come through this right now, I'm telling you, like I said, I'm just grateful that I don't have to make up excuses for somebody. I don't have to gaslight them that it was some sort of fault of translation or something. I heard it. I saw it. We all know what was said. And it just reinforces how grateful I am and how relieved I am not to be there anymore, and how proud I am of Tony for what she's done in just the past month, and the other people that have left, and Kendall Weldon, and Samantha Kelly, and all these people that have left the company and are doing great, and Jimena, and they're going to pharmacy, they're going to Elevata, they're going to LifeWave. We went to Amari. We can all work together. We can all be the entrepreneurs that we always said we were, and truly be the entrepreneurs that we want to be, and all work together. Not everybody is going to want, what I have to offer them or what Tony has to offer them. But there's other companies out there that we can recommend to our friends, and that's the way it's supposed to be. Or if someplace along the way we decide to do what Connie and Phil Sanchez did. Phil's taking over the LifeWave side of their business, and Connie's doing Elevata. And it's just amazing to me that Monat is afraid of that level of, how should I word it, cohabitation, right?
Yes, I agree with Jay. Why can't people do other companies other than Monat? Well, Tony was doing that, and she knows about this rule they have. And so she got terminated. So that's her fault. Why can't they? Who knows? Who cares? They don't, though. They don't allow you to. And that's part of the rules, and you knew that. So for him to sit here and act like it's so ridiculous that blah, 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 it's like, yeah, but you knew. Yeah, is it ridiculous? Sure, why can't they? Whatever. But you knew and you did it anyway. What did you expect? I mean, I guess with Monat, people have gotten away with a lot more than that. But seriously, like, what did you think that they would be cool with you doing that? Racism, they're fine with. Bigotry, whatever, totally fine with. Now, you selling for another MLM? Not so great. Not so great. Do with that what you will.
What's there to be afraid of? Why does it have to be exclusive? Why can't you work with another network marketing company? People do it in the real world all the time. Insurance companies work with other insurance companies. Car dealerships work with tire companies and things and stuff. Well, it's all a car, right? They're all selling the car, but you know it just goes together. It's a big world. There's a lot of people out there that have a lot of things to offer. Let everyone work together. What are you afraid of? That just makes no sense to me. So the last month has been like a breath of fresh air because we're building a new team. We've done it before. We'll do it again. We're so proud of.
Sure, building a new team, but also you still have the team that went with you. I'm sure that tons of people went with them to Amare because look, I mean, you know, they're talking about Monat and these people have 98% of the company underneath them. So of course, with those kind of numbers, you're at least going to have a good chunk go with you. So building a new team is not an accurate statement. You have cross-recruited from Monat to Amare, I'm sure, and are just adding on to that.
Everybody in our organization that has come on board with us, yeah, some of them decided that, hey, you know what? I want to try something new. Some of them, you know, they had never done this before. And so I'm grateful for all those people that we've been able to connect with and all the people that are on our side of this right now, making this probably one of my favorite months of the last 10 or 15 years. Monat was okay in the beginning. It was still a little, wasn't my cup of tea for a while. But now that we're doing what we're doing and we're able to truly, you know, be ourselves and work with other people and teach and coach and train like we always wanted to, it's fantastic and I love it. And you know, I see there's a lot of comments in that. Yeah, I know he deleted it. But it still exists out on the internet. Anybody that wants to watch it can watch it. If you want to add a comment, you should wait until after the video's over because these are all going to get erased. And yeah, right, Steph? It's all over the internet. I mean, it's crazy. But like I said, we're moving on. We've all moved on. And that's my biggest takeaway from all this is that it's been a great thing to move on from. It's not worth it. It's not worth it trying to have these kind of conversations with somebody. I'm referencing that if I was still, and Tony and I were still with the company, how do you say, oh yeah, well, there was some miscommunication. You know what? It was just in the translation. He didn't mean it. He meant it. I've heard him.
I'll agree with that. The bullshit that the CEOs are saying, I know they meant them. If you know anything about those CEOs, they are wild. So when they say wild things, it's coming right from the heart.
Before. He meant it. In my opinion, I could be wrong, but I've heard him talk like that. We were in a meeting in the Caymans in 2020. Not to that level of vitriol, but pretty close. So I have no doubt that what was said was in the moment what needed to be said from his heart, to everybody else. But, like I said, I am just grateful that I don't have to defend that. No one should have to. I'm grateful that I don't have to explain it. I'm grateful that I don't have to try and figure out what he actually meant. 'Cause I don't care. I honestly don't care. It has nothing to do with me. I'm just really happy with where we're at. I'm really happy that I see so many familiar faces that, you know, we're working with now. And it gives me and Tony such great joy and such pleasure to be at this next phase. It's fantastic. The life lesson that I talked about earlier, let's revisit that. If something takes more than 2 sentences to explain, it's a f***ed up situation that you shouldn't be involved with. A relationship, a job. Do you have a job? Well, I don't know. I go in on Thursdays if they need me. Sometimes, no, it's not a job.
What if that's what you want? They talk in absolutes. There's no gray. It's black or white.
You know, whatever the situation is, you should be able to have a clear and concise explanation of the situation. Tony and I work for Mari now. It's fantastic. I know the compensation, love the back office, love the products. Things are fantastic. Boom. I don't know anybody that's with Monat right now that could say all of those things, which makes me grateful for where I'm at. So this is a lot longer than I want it to be, as I tend to do. I ramble. Thanks again, everybody out there for watching, and thanks for all the comments on all the videos that I've done over the past several weeks. Y'all are amazing. I'm lucky. I always say it. I'm the luckiest guy in the world to have so many amazing people that I've connected with over my life, and it's just really, it's really great to be able to have these kind of conversations with people and talk about some of these mutually shared experiences. Network marketing doesn't have to be a horrible thing. Our experiences can guide us. Our experiences can be used as education. And that's where I'm at right now. And I am just so happy that everything has worked out.
Great. I'm fine done. Good for you, Jay. Well, that was fun. I actually really enjoyed that one. Definitely no printing off a text message and showing it to people video, but I'll take it anyway. Hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget to leave your comments and your thoughts below. I love to look through them, read through them. Sometimes I comment back and have conversations. Also, if you like the video, please hit the thumbs up. And if you want to support the channel for free, you know you can just simply subscribe. I appreciate you watching and being here with me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Please don't join an MLM, okay? All right. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Show you what I'm all about. Make up for what we lost. Tonight is the night that we're gonna fall in love. I don't care about you and him. I don't care about what has been. I only care about yours.